This is Modern Service Mastery Business School with boots on. Real lessons, real talk, and real growth for the residential service industry. Let's get to work.
Let's talk about urgency and the difference between, healthy urgency and full-blown chaos. I mean, urgency done right, it's like adding kindling to a fire. It keeps things moving, focused. But chaos, that's like throwing gasoline on. It burns bright for a second, but it's destructive.
Absolutely. When we talk about urgency, we're not suggesting everyone should be running around in a panic. It's about fostering a culture where tasks are approached with intention and consistency.
Right. It's the difference between reacting to fires and proactively preventing them. We want our teams to have a do-it-now mindset, not because we're rushing, but because we value momentum and consistency.
And as leaders, it's our responsibility to model this behavior. If we approach our work with purpose and clarity, our teams are more likely to follow suit.
Exactly. It's about setting the tone. When we demonstrate that every task has value and deserves our full attention, we instill that same respect for work in our teams. We need to treat our team's needs with this mindset so they model it with their team and their tasks.
So, let's focus on building that culture of steady urgency, where everyone knows their role, understands the importance of their tasks, and approaches their work with commitment and consistency.
Well said. Let's lead by example and keep the momentum going. Healthy urgency isn't just about keeping up momentum. It's also about creating the conditions that empower your team to step up. When people feel clear and confident in their roles, they start to think ahead, adapt, and make decisions that keep everything moving forward. That kind of culture, it's a game changer.
Oh yeah, especially on fast-paced jobs. Like last month, we had a project where the schedule got nuts. Weather delays, materials showing up late, you name it. So I told my crew, all right, handle what's in front of you. Don't wait for me every time to say go. And they crushed it. Decisions got made faster, and we stayed on track.
See, that's what I'm talking about. When the team feels empowered, they don't stall, they find solutions. But here's the thing, Jake, that kind of culture, it doesn't just happen. You've got to set clear expectations up front. Otherwise, people hesitate. They're afraid to step on toes or, make the wrong call.
Right, and clarity's huge. Like, if they know where the line is, where they can make the call versus when they need to pull me in, it's game over. Best thing I did was say, hey, if it's under $100 and it keeps us moving, just do it. And I'd back them no matter what.
That's so smart. And here's where recognition comes in. When people take initiative and you acknowledge it, even something small, it reinforces the behavior. I'm talking little things like, hey, great call moving that equipment early. It saved us an hour. It builds accountability and, honestly, confidence.
Yeah, dude, people want to feel appreciated. Like, I'll straight up call it out in front of the team. Hey, Alex swapped out that busted hose before it became an issue. Saved us downtime. Good looking out, man. That stuff keeps everybody fired up.
And beyond that, I think it connects to something bigger, a sales mindset, right? When everyone's focused on adding value, whether it's, saving time, fixing issues, or just improving the client's experience, that's when a team really starts to thrive. It's like they realize, hey, I'm not just here to punch a clock, I'm here contributing to growth.
Totally. Even little stuff like keeping the site clean is selling. Ever notice how clients walk on at the worst time, man? If they see a mess, it's like, damn, bad impression forever. But if they're impressed, they tell people, they leave good reviews, it all comes back to the bottom line.
It's the ripple effect. What starts as proactive actions turns into a culture of growth, productivity, and honestly, pride in the work itself. Speaking of staying proactive, Jake, routines are like the backbone of solid leadership. They're what really set the tone for how a team operates day to day. When you've got clear, consistent routines in place, it's almost like everything falls into alignment. It just makes the entire operation flow smoother and keeps everyone focused on the goals ahead.
Let me share a story about how a simple change in our follow-up process made a significant impact. We used to have a laid-back approach, returning client calls whenever we got around to it. There was no standard, and it showed in our client satisfaction scores.
I remember. It wasn't uncommon for calls to go unreturned for a couple of days, which didn't exactly instill confidence in our clients.
Exactly. So we decided to implement a new standard. Every client call or inquiry had to be returned within 24 hours, no exceptions. We emphasized this across the entire team, making it a non-negotiable part of our culture.
And the results spoke for themselves. Within a few months, our client satisfaction scores increased by 32%. Clients appreciated the prompt responses, and it set us apart from competitors. Not only that, but our sales also saw a noticeable uptick. Clients were more engaged, trust levels rose, and the team felt a renewed sense of purpose. It was a clear demonstration of how urgency, when applied thoughtfully, can drive both client satisfaction and business growth.
Oh, totally. And then in operations, we started the weekly check-ins, right? Those are like our debriefs. It's routine and efficient now. I'll sit down with my guys, go over wins, fix whatever we missed, plan ahead. It's not just about looking back, it's setting us up to crush next week too. Those had a similar effect on efficiency.
Right, and here's the kicker. These routines and standards aren't just functional, they're motivational. You celebrate the wins, bring people into those moments. A consistent rhythm reminds everyone why the work matters. It's, well, foundational.
Yeah, and it creates buy-in. Like when my crew sees how those routines make everything smoother, they're all in. It's not just me pushing, it's like the team builds momentum on their own. And when momentum's rolling, man, you feel unstoppable.
Exactly. And Jake, there's one thing I never shy away from reminding people. Routines are just as important off-site. Take the time to reflect on the day when it's done. What worked? What failed? It's the only way you grow, right? Those post-job reflections, they're as critical as the work itself.
100% agree. Like wrap-ups are where you can actually fix stuff so it doesn't, haunt you later on. Plus, it gets your crew thinking ahead. Instead of showing up the next day and being like, oh shoot, I forgot that tool. They're already prepped.
And that kind of mindset, being proactive, even in reflecting and planning, that's where you see teams elevate. It's not just about routine for the sake of routine, but fostering that culture of readiness and pride in their work. Man, when you see it happen, it's inspiring.
Totally inspiring. Honestly, the whole thing comes down to consistency. It's what separates the good crews from the unstoppable ones. You build those habits, keep showing up, and the rest kind of takes care of itself. It doesn't happen overnight, but trust me, it's worth it.
Before we wrap up, let's distill today's discussion into a key takeaway for our general managers.
Absolutely. Cultivating a sense of urgency means fostering a culture where every team member consistently takes purposeful action, understanding that timely execution drives results and enhances team and client satisfaction.
And to keep this principle top of mind, here's a simple mantra for your teams. Work smart, move with purpose, and deliver excellence safely and consistently.
Until next time, lead, serve, win, and keep your habits in motion.
Thanks for listening to Modern Service Mastery Business School with Boots On. If this episode helped you lead, grow, or think differently, share it with your crew and keep the momentum going.